Former Ohio State assistant football coach Zach Smith. Marvin Fung the Plane Dealer via AP, by Jacob Boggage. August 29 at 5:01 p.m. The former assistant at the center of Ohio State coach Urban Meyer's suspension spoke out on Twitter on Wednesday, chiding reporters as more-or-less clowns for investigating allegations that Smith abused his then-wife, had an affair with a member of the Buckeyes football staff, and took lewd photographs during a team trip to the White House. Just after 1 p.m., Smith began a chain of tweets aimed at Brett McMurphy, a correspondent for Stadium Network, who first reported about Smith's alleged spousal abuse in July. Smith posted a photo of his son and daughter and called the media reports lies that hurt these precious children. He wrote in a subsequent message, "The only people legitimately hurt by scandal are his children, the Ohio State players, the university staff and the fans." Let's talk about who was legitimately hurt in this one. My Children 2. The Buckeye Players 3. Ohio State STAFF 4. The fans talk about victim shaming, but nobody wants the truth. When it comes to stuff like this, hypocritical people keep tweeting you're hurting innocent people. Zach Smith, at Coach Zach Smith, August 29, 2018. He wrote that he took to Twitter because he was watching his children suffer and did not know how to stop the media from pouring gas on the fire. "I don't know what else to do other than show people who they are hurting. Except she involved them by ruining their lives. Based on revenge and no domestic violence. Can you imagine watching them suffer and not knowing how to stop the media from pouring gas on the fire? I don't know what else to do other than show people who they are hurting. https://t. Copia 65 LMIMOS, Zach Smith, at Coach Zach Smith, August 29, 2018. Smith was fired July 23, 5 days after he appeared in court, to face a charge of criminal trespassing stemming from an incident with his ex-wife, Courtney Smith. On July 20th, Courtney Smith applied for a protective order against her husband. Meyer of Big Ten Media Day on July 24th told reporters he had no knowledge of Smith's history of alleged spousal abuse, that includes 2015 arrests for domestic violence and felonious assault and menacing by stalking. A university investigation found Meyer and athletic director Gene Smith knew of those allegations at the time and did not take appropriate steps to address them. University President Michael Drake suspended Meyer for the first 3 games of the season and Smith for 2 weeks at a news conference last week. How Urban Meyer dodged facing questions about deleting his old text messages. Smith has maintained publicly he never abused his wife. "We had a toxic relationship, we had a volatile relationship," he said in an interview on SportsCenter. "There was aggression in the relationship, but anything I ever did was a defensive action and was simply to restrain her or to remove myself from the situation, which I did probably 8 times in our marriage, where I would try and calm it down, try to get it to not be an aggressive situation, where I would go to my car and drive to work and sleep at work, just to get out of the situation." Smith said on SportsCenter it would be a crime if Meyer lost his job over the allegations. Read more from the Post. U.S. Open accused of a sexist double standard after warning a player who removed her shirt on the court. The college football games you need to watch in 2018. Des Bryant admits he might not land a job until a little bit later in the year. Johnny Manziel says Brown's experience had him asking, "Can I go back to college?" Lamar Odom tells Kevin Hart that he had 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks while in a coma in 2015.